It's time for six-figure trucking period number 26. Let's take a look at my compensation as a W-2 company driver. First, we're going to talk about the logs for the week. I was paid for 3,046 dispatch miles. I had 3,014 logged miles. My utilization this week was 108%. The day in orange, I was on a paid 34-hour reset. My unedited pay statement for period 26 of 2024. This includes all trips from June 16th to June 22nd. The only trip this week started at my home in Shadydale, Georgia, and ended in Richmond, Indiana. It had many stops, including Miami, Florida, Goose Creek, South Carolina, Cambridge, Ohio, Bucyrus, Ohio, Duncan, South Carolina, Cowpen, South Carolina, and Monroe, Ohio. It paid $2,034 for 3,046 miles. Detention paid $16. Empty miles paid $486. Securement paid $37. Loaded miles paid $1,392, and stops paid $104. Total earnings for this week was $2,034. We keep hearing across the industry that drivers are getting less miles and making less money. I'm one that believes in hard numbers rather than anecdotal information. Here's a comparison of my miles and compensation for the last few years. This looks at compensation through week 26 of each year. 26 weeks into the year, my gross income is $53,872, and I've driven 69,750 miles. This averages out to $2,072 per week and 2,683 miles per week. Estimating that out over a year, I'm on track to earn $107,744 for 139,499 miles. Through week 26 of 2024, I've been loaded 91% of those miles, and 13% of it hazmat placarded miles. This is a map of the miles per state year-to-date in which I've driven. This week, no new states were added to the map. Here's the home time that I've taken this payroll year. No additional home time was added this week. I've been on home time 10 times so far this year, totaling 34.6 days. I've also had 13 paid 34-hour resets on the road. I'm not paid hourly, but let's calculate this like an hourly job. For the week, my gross pay was $2,034 for 66 hours of work. If we break it down to the typical hourly job, it could be 40 regular hours and 26 hours of overtime, resulting in an effective pay rate of $25.66 per hour. Straight hourly pay would be $30.73 per hour. Year-to-date, I've earned $53,872 for 1,408 hours worked. Out of those hours, 1,028 would be regular time and 381 would be overtime. If we calculate it weekly, with overtime, the effective pay rate is about $33.70 per hour. However, as straight time, it's approximately $38.25 per hour. Taking a look at the if-only truck drivers were paid for every hour in the truck calculation page, 26 weeks have went by so far this year. That totals 4,368 hours. I have been home 829 of those hours. That works out to 3,539 hours from pre-trip leaving home to the post-trip returning home. My compensation through week 26 is $53,872. That works out to $15.22 per hour away from home. That includes the time I'm sleeping, the time I'm eating, the time I'm going for a walk, the time I'm watching a movie, whatever. As always, make sure you're enjoying every day at work.